Today we want to talk about one of our favorite alternatives to crepe myrtles. This is a native tree called Amelanchier, also known as serviceberry. As you can see, they're multi-trunked, just like a crepe myrtle. They're a deciduous plant, just like a crepe myrtle. They give you a bloom earlier in the spring than a crepe myrtle does. It's kind of a shame that crepe myrtles here don't really leaf out until May or late April at the earliest. Versus these guys are going to start giving you a color show early spring. So you're already going to get some flowers, and then it's followed by a decorative reddish berry that tastes like a cranberry and a blueberry mixed with some seeds on the inside that add kind of an almond depth to the flavor. Works well in pies, jams, or fresh off the tree, which you do not get with crepe myrtle. The other thing is this variety is called Autumn Brilliance for a reason. It gets crazy good fall color. All these leaves are going to turn a brilliant red, orange color show in the fall for you, versus a crepe myrtle really only kind of gives you a yellow, maybe some orange colors, and then they drop. Some varieties will be just kind of a deep red, but this Amelanchier is going to have all those colors and more. And they're going to hold on to their fall color a lot longer because they're much hardier to our weather, versus a crepe myrtle is going to drop its leaves pretty quickly because they don't like our cold weather. So as soon as it starts to get cold, they'll probably drop leaves, and you won't get that much in the fall, versus these guys are going to give you a fall color show for a long time. The other thing is crepe myrtles, while you see bees and butterflies visiting them quite a bit due to their big showy flowers, their flowers really don't have any of the nutrients that our wildlife actually needs. Versus Amelanchier is providing nectar to early insects as they bloom in early spring, which is really important as not many things are in bloom at that time of year. So it's filling a very important role for our native pollinators. As you can see, also these dense low canopies are great for bird habitat, and they love the berries as well. They'll help you to keep them from falling on the ground and rotting if you can't get to all of them, because they're very prolific fruiters. This is a great native tree that lives predominantly in the mountains here in Virginia, but you do sometimes find it scattered into our wood lines. It lives in full sun to part shade, lands in part shade naturally. That's usually where you'll find it. However, they will take the full sun very nicely if you wanted to plant this out in your yard like you would a crepe myrtle as a large ornamental tree. They can be limbed up. Some of these have kind of a low branching here. You can definitely create a higher up canopy if you'd like. You can also train it down to less stalks if you'd like. It's much easier to prune and manage due to its size and flexibility over a crepe myrtle. Crepe myrtles often experience something we call crepe murder because people want to keep a plant that's trying to reach anywhere from 30 to 45 feet at a 25 foot height. And that's when you get those really ugly, thick cut limbs that you see all over the city in Richmond. Versus Amelanchier is going to help you kind of naturally avoid that, as they're easy to prune if you wanted to, but they also stay at a manageable size. These things top out anywhere between 20 and 25 feet here in full sun. In shade, you can expect that to be a little bit smaller. The width on them is more of a 10 to 15 foot width. Also much more narrow than a typical crepe myrtles, making it less of a pruning issue. And that is Amelanchier, one of our favorite native trees. This is a 25 gallon / 30 gallon available in at retail for $322.50. If you're not sure if one of these is right for your space, call a local landscaper today. You can find a link to the CVNLA recommended list of contractors, landscapers, and more through the link on our website, or you can visit them, click their member roster on their direct website, and get that list from them as well.